We are one of the largest urban school districts, and we have a very, very, very diverse population of students. And we face all the challenges that many large urban school districts face. So what we know is that as a district, we are very heavily over-identified with children with special educational needs. And one of our challenges is, what do we do to reduce that? Where do we go to sort of change this picture for our kids? We have so many children that have IEPs, so many children that have really very significant disabilities or very significant needs, particularly in reading. The history is almost self-fulfilling. If they stay in special education and they are made special education in the kindergarten and they are still in special education in the 3rd grade, the chances are they're not coming out of special education. And that's a problem, because we have got to change the picture for these kids. These are our future. So this is the first time we collaborated with any outside agency to provide direct instruction to our students. Our teachers were just blown away with the idea that they were going to have someone in their classroom that they were going to be able to watch, deliver instruction, and learn from them. Like, that is amorst like an unknown thing outside of a teacher training college or outside of a clinic. And so I think the program that we created was just this really amazingly unique hybrid of bringing in Lindamood-Bell as the experts in reading, and then our teachers as experts in how to work with children with special needs. And from that, we just developed this incredible partnership of instruction. And to see the growth of our students that have come through that program, and the growth of our teachers that have also come through this program, has just been, I think, professionally, one of the most rewarding things that I've ever done.
So the Learning Center on campus is where Lindamood-Bell staff goes to local schools to provide instruction for students, typically in small groups. I think that's part of the reason that we've been chosen to work in these particular schools, to provide a very systematic program that the students can benefit from, and it really is, I think, embodies the mission of Lindamood-Bell, that we can, help students of all ages and really help them in reaching their full learning potential. I remember the director of special education, he's like, you're saying that I don't have to train my teachers to do any additional work because they already have a lot on their plate. And we said, that's it. It's our staff who comes in, and the moment we come in, we can start. There's not a ramp up.
So the collaboration's been incredible, and it's hard to put into words. There are some partnerships that you recognize right away that have an agenda, their own agenda, and quickly sometimes it feels that the students have ceased to become the center of the focus, and I've never felt that with Lindamood-Bell. That value of knowing what a school is really about and making it work within the context of a school environment, that's not something that I take for granted, and I've found that many organizations don't get it. That first year of working with, I believe we had a cohort in the range of about 30 students, and we saw really dramatic and impressive gains and growth in those students, some in very measurable ways and others in sort of less sort of measurable but observable ways. So.
One student in particular who came in pretty nonverbal, he could make a lot of noises but couldn't, say a lot of words, and he's now communicating a lot better. He also knows the entire alphabet, and he didn't know any coming in, and he's now reading CVC words and words with silent E at the end. And it was a student that you just, coming into the year, you didn't expect to see that amount of growth so fast. But he's definitely going to start pushing past people because of how hard he works and how much he's been doing with the program. I think my favorite part is when you have the meeting with the parents to explain to them, like, your child has made so much growth that we need to reduce those hours, and that's a scary thing, and that sounds like a lot, but it's really, really, really good, and the goal is to do that, and the goal is to keep decreasing them and to eventually not have any. So it's cool to be part of that kind of first step in that transition into the general education classroom. So it's awesome. I think it's the best.
The students are the most interesting group of kids that we work with. They are hungry to learn. A lot of the students, even now when I walk through this building, and some kids I haven't worked with in a year or so see me and they're all excited. Oh, is Lindamood-Bell coming? And can we go? Kids who want to come back. So I think the biggest thing is the excitement that you get when you work with those kids and watching the growth.
Well, as I interact with children all day long, and some of them like to come and show me what they know and what they can do. Well, one child that I know was way below second grade level, was able to read a page for me from one of our grade leveled books. So I was so happy to see that, you know, and then the spark in their eyes and expressions on their faces that they're so happy that they're able to read and not have to hide that I can't do this skill.
One of our schools, and we have a K-2 program there, and the teacher that was in that class, out of the 8 children that were originally given to her, 5 of those kids are no longer in a classroom and self-contained. They are moving out of the special education process because the skills that they've been given have set them up so well for success. They're just flying. They are just doing so well. It's just incredible to watch.
So as you know, I come to the door, stick my head in, or walk around and see the children engaged in learning with the Lindamood-Bell instructors. 1, you see the enthusiasm. 2, you see the progress. And then 3, you see the results. Because the kids will actually talk to you and tell us, you know, how they're doing or what they're doing in the classroom. If anytime a child wants to go back to a classroom, that tells you something. It's a good sign. If they're better readers, then they become better thinkers. Everyone in the United States deserves to be literate.